Huh. Okay. Okay, I can rest in here. Cool. Let's do this real fast. Let's just get this done. All right, right now we have 4. All right, let's see. Do this super quick. I'm pretty sure I've been pretty good about looking at the info of all these as we get them, and I don't know if just by putting them in our inventory it counts as reading them. But we're going to do this just in case and see if it makes a difference. For those that don't know, you get passive permanent perks by reading some books. And we'll need to test if you get them just by looting them, because I don't know. So this is me just playing it safe. Okay. There we go. There we go. And it looks like it starts about here. There's our alchemy kit. What is this? Almanac, the Tower of Estrid. That was for a quest item. Okay. So we did not get a new one. Let's go ahead and throw these books in here. This way we can free this up a little bit. Did I get this one? Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay. Wait, you don't have to eat the book to consume the knowledge? No, believe it or not, you can just use your eyes and read it. I know it's strange, but yeah. What's the website for the custom portraits? Our custom portrait was actually made by Gears Art, and you can get this at cohh.tv/pfportrait. If you look in the PF portrait command, there is a small link to where I show you to how to put it in your game. So if you'd like our portrait for your own Slayer, it's an Aasimar human. You can grab that yourself and use it yourself. Yeah, and a big thanks and special head or special. I said, why does he have 5 severed heads? We don't talk about that. Special thanks to Gears Art for making not only the head portrait but also the full body portrait here. We appreciate it. Okay, so let's do a save. We're going to call this First Mythic Paths. Now, do we get to pick the same stuff for each person, or do they have their own mythic paths? I don't know why it's doing this today. I'm getting a weird hanging thing. Okay, here we go. First of all, our kitty leveled. Awesome. Let's get our kitty some more stuff here. Great. Okay, so this is Darren's mythic path. Oh, so they don't get to pick the main thing, but they do get a feat. They get a mythic feat. Okay, let's pull this up here. All right, so for our boy Darian, it is recommended for abundant casting. All right, what is abundant casting? Here. You've learned the way of increasing the number of spells you can cast per day. Okay, that does seem really, really good. All right, so we're gonna do that. And that's kind of huge. That means I can actually use more stuff, so yeah, we're all about that. All right, for our girl, are we gonna get the same thing for her? Oh, spoilers. Spoilers, yay. Abundant casting. Yeah, let's actually just look right now. So Nenio is gonna be abundant casting. Camellia is going to be enduring spells. Lan is going to be mythical beast. Okay, and Seela's going to be thundering blows. Okay, let's take a look. So abundant casting for her. That just makes sense. That's perfect for her. Cohh, we seen the Google Doc is intentional. Oh yeah, that Google Doc is going to be public soon. Yeah, they're still working on it now. I'm basically just waiting the word from Madrika. By the way, shout out and thank you to Madrika and Pouty ZQ. They're the ones that are making that doc. And as soon as we get the sign off from Madrika that everything is caught up and accurate, then we're gonna make it public. Yep. So you guys can look through it. And then Pouty ZQ is going to be keeping it up to date as we move through it. So that'll be good too. All right. So for you, there's like a pet one. What does the pet one do? Mythical beast. Your animal companion is just as mythic as you. They gain a bonus to its strength, dex, and con equal to half your mythic rank +1. Its attacks now ignore damage reduction. Well, that's awesome. Was it Mythical Beast? I think it was Mythical Beast, right? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Let's do it. Okay. Even Letho is now becoming even stronger. I like it. Will you be taking recommendations for your evil playthrough? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Zimble SD, thank you so much for your 18 months. Yeah. I think for I think for our evil playthrough, which I'm becoming more and more convinced we're going to do in this game, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a giant two-handed weapon, just damage-dealing machine. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do. All right, you were enduring spells. Effects of your spells and your allies that should last longer than an hour, but shorter than 24 hours, now last 24 hours? Okay, and that unlocks great enduring spells? Do we not get to look at that yet? Hold on. Oh, greater. Oh, that's gonna be huge. Effects of your spells and your allies that last longer than 5 minutes, that now last 24 hours. Oh, that is incredible. For the record, if I put in greater, that would have done it. Hell yeah, dude. Awesome. That is going to be so handy. You can just cast a spell on everyone at the beginning of a dungeon and just be done. Like actual, like, entire dungeon buffs. Ooh! That's going to free up so much. What a great skill there. Okay, now we're looking at Sela. I think we're looking at Thundering Blows. The sound of your blows is powerful enough to damage even without piercing through an enemy's defenses. Once per round, when your melee attack misses the target, you deal 2d6 plus 1d6 per mythic rank sonic damage to all enemies in a 10-foot radius. So how do I make it so she just misses everything? Can I like blind her intentionally? So she's just like, ah, boom, 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 like the whole time. She already does miss everything. Oh. Okay. All right, let's see. What do we do now? Band over the Citadel. Make it to Dresden. Beginning of the long road. Okay, I think we're ready to leave. Oh, no, we got people to talk to here. Yeah, we got people to talk to. All right, first let's talk to...
Here we go.
What's this? Wait, more loot now? Is that there before? Did you re-loot my area? Oh, we got to check spell slots and stuff too? Oh, good point. Good point. We'll do that before we leave for sure. Oh, there's Socio. Yo, he's a painter?
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching it. Instead of painting, the young man absent-mindedly gazes at the sky of Canabras, which is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally, he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Okay, this seems like a really rude thing to say. Who are you, and how could you possibly be of any use to my army?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes,
that was
I know
Valerie,
that many
right?
People would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though.
Well, sort of.
Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy.
Oh, wait. Oh, hold on, Madrika. Oh, here we go. Okay, Madrika wrote a big paragraph of my mythic path. Before we do this real quick, I'm going to read this. Mythic choices for Cohh. Solid choices in order of how I would take them. Instrument of freedom or close to the heavens. Yep. After that, cleaving shot, improved critical mythic, ranging shots. Okay, I'm going to look at that as we go more there. Oh, wait, Madrika, this is for much later, right? Yeah, I'm gonna read that as we get to that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get to that as we get there later. Cool. Yep. Okay. So we're good. All right. But I definitely will read that, Madrika. Thank you. He gave me like a roadmap.
We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shellen. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on her way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabras, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
They fulfilled their duty honorably.
They did more than their duty. They gave everything they had to save others. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
Dude is an absolute bro. What's up, Great Canadian? What made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others.
By the way, thank you, Skada, with a $10 tip to the mod team, and that sounds cool. A giant two-hand wielding monster that basically can like do fire dragon stuff. That sounds pretty badass. Yeah.
I went to war because here's where I'm most needed.
Thanks for the tip, bud.
Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
You wanted to discuss something with me?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabras behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shalen who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
I would be happy to.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
It was nice meeting you.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Cool. I like him. He seems like good folk. Oh, do you have to say anything? Oh, how do you like your new role, advisor? You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it, me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face. This idiotic journey leading straight into the demon's maws. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now, with the loveliest songstress and Pitax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Kionan wine to keep us company. Did you also receive a fraction of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Iomade, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine lightbringer of Mendev even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving, the truth about the tests of Starstone, is the tamest one by far. Oh, Lord. There's Sela. Anything new with Sela?
Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this new power?
Maybe Arclane. It's a little overwhelming, to be honest.
Don't be sad. Look at me. I'm sitting here worrying over my troubles, but you have it much worse than all of us put together. I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomade herself? You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me. Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here, in this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
Nothing wrong with that. Thank you for speaking with me. Until next time. See ya. Okay. Oh, there is more loot everywhere. I'll take all of that. Curl! What does Sela call us? The League of the Inspiring Cart? I wish we could set up an official nightly order with that name. Jana and Illen. Okay, cool. Nothing new there. Lambkin, how are you? Lambkin is my name. I am Actor. I love it. What's up, Lan? What do you think of what happened at the Grey Garrison? Did you feel a change in yourself? It's hard not to notice when the demons start running away from you like a flock of frightened bats. Powers granted by Iomade to defeat demons. Since I was a kid, I've taken whatever I've been given and used it as best I can. Anything goes when you're trying to survive. It doesn't matter where your blessings come from. We can think about that when we're old, if we live that long. But you know, this time, even I'm not so sure. A divine power that just appears out of nowhere? Sooner or later, we'll have to pay for it. I'd like to know what the price will be. Yo. Okay. Ah, boy, there you are. Very good, just in time. You'll be delighted to know that I need you for an experiment. So the Great Garrison stands roofless. Demons are running from the hills with their tails between their legs. Mendev's queen, what's her name? It's on the tip of my... Ah, yes, Galfrey, is scurrying to and fro, and all this is somehow connected to you, my loyal follower. Thus far, there is no scientific evidence of your exceptionality, if one discounts blind faith and divine intervention, which I do. We, people of science, refuse to believe in the inexplicable without any proof. We are the ones who explain the inexplicable. Ninio punctuates her statement with an energetic sweep of her arm. And therefore, open your mouth and say ah for me. Ah? Ninio peers into your mouth with a practiced eye. All right, your throat's fine. Tongue looks perfectly normal. Your breath... She sniffs. The smell is in line with regular functioning of the digestive system. Now for your teeth. She sticks one hand in your mouth and probes each of your teeth in turn with the skill of a seasoned dentist. No detectable alterations. By the way, did you know that many individuals, while being wholly civilized representatives of their races, still have an amazingly powerful bite? As if suddenly recalling something, Ninio promptly pulls her hand out of your mouth. Are you really trying to find a correlation between fang length and civility? For the good of science, I look for correlation everywhere and in everything. How can you prove there's no correlation if you don't bother to look for one? Stay silent. Moving on. All right. What do we have next? Ears. Let's check your hearing. Testing! Ninio yells into your right ear and nods in satisfaction as she observes her reactions. Your hearing is fine. Was fine. But don't worry. It's scientifically proven that it should return to normal soon. Next, Ninio circles you. Eyes are clear. Posture satisfactory. Limb length is standard. No lice. She stops and rubs her chin in contemplation and in a slightly dejected tone says, "Boy, you are the picture of health. It's a pity. I was expecting to find some abnormality. Well, let's assess your mental state. Imagine a hypothetical situation. You are a tree. 2 squirrels have found their way into your hollow and are now copulating there. What do you do?" I do precisely nothing because I'm a tree. An unconscious act of withdrawal along with a lack of trust in your own abilities, or perhaps just a healthy dose of pragmatism. On to the next question. Another hypothetical situation. You are a tomato. You have just been picked from the vegetable patch to put in a crate. You know that today the cook will use half of the tomatoes from your crate to make soup. What do? There is nothing I can do. I'm a tomato, remember? An unconscious act of withdrawal. Inability or unwillingness to see something bigger behind something small. All right, I understand. On the surface, it appears you don't really believe in your ability to change things, but in fact, you are a strong pragmatist who knows perfectly well what you can and can't do. Your reasoning is that of a mortal, one who is capable of achieving a great deal, though he would deny even that. On that note, I deem this experiment complete. Thank you for participating. And yet you remain a puzzle to me. I love puzzles. One of these days I will solve you completely, unless I forget. I like Nenio. Nenio's fun. Okay. Nenio reminds me a lot of Jubilost. Food, awesome. Ember. How are you handling your new abilities? Abilities? What are you talking about? Oh, the tricks you learned when the big gray house blew up. They're funny. Thanks for teaching them to me. The queen gave me the title of knight commander and put me in charge of an army. What do you think about that? Don't believe titles. All of us in the world are children of the streets, barefoot, hungry, and scared, a step away from death. Some imagine they're strong and rich like gods, but don't forget who you really are behind the title. Well said, Ember. Commander, allow me to say something. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked our city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through it on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Aneva's body, she might have some miracle survived, and that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that. The Queen believes in your powers too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anevia alive standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who will be finally put an end to this terrible war and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what others could not. I found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. Scabbard held the solemn hour, my family's sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anevia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. Wow. I hoped to redeem the solemn hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anevia sick? You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail. It's a private matter. Suffice to say, everything is fine now. The treatment was costly, but it was worth it. It was foolish to part with your weapon in the middle of a war. Perhaps I acted rashly, but I had no other option. Gotta get those lawful hits, man. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have the scabbard back. Thank you. So it turns out the Queen had her head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've even gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Anevia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on you and your inner circle. But you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. We need reinforcements. Can you get us more soldiers? When we began the march on Dresden, we chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We can pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp. Except, I doubt that our army's coffers could afford it. Okay. It's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Thank you, Commander. It's an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent stories from the stolen lands in the River Kingdoms. Just imagine coming from nowhere and making it all the way to a royal crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow. But then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts, of course. We don't fight for rewards. The fate of the world is at stake, and yet... Unless... Okay. Deck! I don't get to watch much here on Twitch, but I stay updated on playthroughs with YouTube. Thanks for the great content, Deck, with the 5 months. Well, thank you, Deck. I appreciate you, buddy. And everyone on YouTube, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have been enjoying this run as much as I have.
Can't make the demons wait.
Damn right. Okay. Let's look back here real quick. Oh. Man, a lot of new loot.
Beautiful.
Okay. Ah, Leotor. Commander, let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time in advance. I am Leotor Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomedae and Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darren Arenday. Are you one of the Prelate Homer's followers? Yes, of course. What's your opinion? Usually people will reveal such things about themselves only to their confessor, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, so that imposes certain obligations upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Homer's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. Prelate is an extraordinary man, but he has fallen prey to his own paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility, which has gradually eroded his razor-sharp mind. He has witnessed so much hideous darkness that he now sees it in every shadow, yet his strength was, and still is, a shield for all the people of Mendev. That is my opinion. His comrades and advisors are necessary to prevent him from making unforgivable mistakes. Ugh. Antheus81, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. What brings you here? I asked you to assist the Church of Iomedae in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. I suppose that you've already heard about Count Arenday's story. I do know. Let's hear about it. We know that there was a demon plague and he was the only survivor. Yep. The Arenday family was exceptionally rich. The estate was protected by elite bodyguards. There were several strong righteous paladins among them. Moreover, the Reverend Nestrin, Darren's tutor, was one of the most powerful priests of Iomedae in the vicinity. All of them died, nonetheless, except for the young count, who had suddenly manifested his outstanding sacred healing powers. Is that a divine miracle or a curse? That remains to be seen. You're going to investigate it? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened on the estate and how it happened. I want to know about this. Yeah, I think it's super suspect. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirits of old Mendev before the world wound. And yet on the day it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Everything about the incident seems odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spanned for many hours? We found the demons dead, with their heads cut off when we got into the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present in the estate who are said to be immune to disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since? That's right, paladins are immune to disease. You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. It's unlikely to invite an Inquisitor to his side, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family's seat. But if you, as his commander, express the wish to view the estate, you'll be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad of loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which one of those led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that's why I'm asking for your help. You've already been to the estate several times. What do you expect to find? I was a young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited it 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I've paid dearly for that. Leader makes a vague gesture at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present at the place. Why can't you just search it yourself? Because it's been sealed. Did you question him yourself? I did, but the Count insisted that he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to the severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginnings when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother. That was all he would tell me. We found the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half of the family wine cellar all by himself. There's no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. Do you suspect he's hiding something? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. Good on you. Okay. That's great. I'll help you. What do you need me to do? I ask you to speak to the count and tell me which to see Heaven's Edge. Okay. Some flavor. Okay, let's go. Great. Is this guy in my party now? Hey, he is. What are you? You're just a straight up cleric. Oh, I like you. He follows Shellen. Weapon proficiency glaive. Oh, that's cool. He's a melee cleric. Okay, okay. Now he doesn't get a mythic ability because I guess he wasn't with me. He has the luck domain. I wish I could look at their hotbars when I was in here. A kind man's war. He's neutral good. He's got extra channel cleric. Good. Toughness. Okay, so he's a little beefy. And medium armor focus. Interesting. He has the divine fortune spell. Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah, I think this might be our new healer. We're going to bring him along. Got to have some better stuff for him. Don't we have a better glaive? Oh, I think we have a better glaive, but I think we put it in our... thing there. Does he need charisma? Might as well, right? Nice headband, bro. I've got... those are just normal glaives. Okay. Yeah, I think they're in my chest. Okay. We'll take a look at him in a little bit. We're going to go ahead and visit all the tents again just to make sure there's nothing new in them. Oh. Hi. Speaking of which. Ooh, look at all this stuff. Nice. There. Glowing croissant? Oh, that sounds delicious. What's it do? Oh my god. I want a glowing croissant. I want it lightly toasted with a little bit of butter. Okay. Talk to Camellia. Catch up with her.